this NRL Cup race at Talladega. This time we got in. It is nearing the end of stage number 1. I'm kind of lost on who is where. I'm pretty sure Crucial Oyster is in 3rd in this Ford pack. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so they're coming to 1 to go. I believe Crucial is in 2nd now. These Ford drivers are all in a party working together. Looks like Ford drivers are 1, 2, 3 right now, so obviously the gains they wanted to make. We'll ride along with Crucial Oyster here as he's on the back bumper of Brute. I'm not expecting they're going to be shuffling for positions here. The Fords are probably just going to be working together now. So this is the final lap of stage number 1. Once they cross the line, it'll be the end of stage number 1. We got into the stream a little late after lobby issues, but we are here now. So I believe the 14 car is leading. I'm not quite sure. I'll check in with the Discord soon and find out over this caution. Side by side as they come to the line. Contact between the 34 and Crucial Oyster. So I'm going to check in the Discord quick and check who is in what position. Okay, I just got word that Zach won the stage. The Fords did really well, and apparently that stage went really bad for the Chevys. So we will see what will happen once we come back to green here. Alright, as we get ready to go back to green, the 4 and the 8 will lead them to the green, 1 and 2. Back to green they go. This is the start of stage number 2. Bullseye Clips in 2nd on the outside lane. The 4 car trapped outside on the front. No momentum run. That is Zach, the winner of stage number 1. Zach is on the inside. He's got a good run. Bullseye coming down, running into Oyster. And it looks like there might have been another caution right on the start. I didn't catch a crash there. Oh, looks like there's a couple cars involved in that one. Sorry, I did not catch that. So once again, it is stage number 2. Started this stream late. Missed a majority of stage number 1. Alright, back to green we go. The 14 of Brute and the 34 of Oyster will lead them to the green this time. Back to green they go. Little stack up on the outside lane at the beginning there. Crucial Oyster not getting the best of starts. Looks like a lane opens up. Crucial will drop down the outside lane, shuffling back a lot. Nobody's really set there on the outside lane. The bottom line, however, seeming to be set up a lot stronger. A lot of shuffling for position up on the top. They're 3 wide back there. A lot of contact back there. One car way down below. That's the 4 car. Lil Sean and Michael way off the track below the apron. Top 4 pack is started to spread away from the rest of the field a little bit. Meanwhile, this back of the pack is trying to organize things out. A lot of drivers going single file through here. And this big pack in the middle. See if this big pack carries the momentum to the outside. They've got a big train of cars catching up to this smaller pack that broke away at the beginning. See one car popping down a little bit, ruining the momentum of the pack a little bit. Pushing 3 wide for the lead there. I'm sorry, for 4th place. 3 wide for 4th place. A lot of shuffling in the up in front. Cars getting shuffled to the back of this pack. Now the field generally going into straight line. The 2 car round. The 2 cars around. It only looks like 1 car, so I don't believe that'll be a caution. Fords so far dominating this race. Top 5 is all Fords. A Chevy behind them, a Flyers. Flyers is the first non-Ford in the pack. Another Chevy behind him in the 1 car. A lot of shuffling for position there as we've got an outside lane maybe forming here. A couple cars diving below the apron, catching it back up. Nobody being way too aggressive right now. That outside lane not working too well. Not a lot of drivers trying to make the move. The 88 of Flyers is the only Chevy in the top 5. Oh, a lot of shuffling for position. Drivers getting forced down below. Big wreck. Now the 9 car on the 20 car around. Looking at the 24 as well. Huge wreck. A lot of cars involved. The 24, the 9, the 20. Looks like the 34, the 8 was involved as well a little bit. So a lot of wrecks so far at the beginning of the stage. Already 2 cautions. So we'll see what a lot of drivers do. Definitely a lot of pit strategies going into it right now. As we go back to green, the 20, the 22 and the 34 will lead them to the green. Back to green we go again in stage number 2. 22 is going to let the 34 in, and a lot of shuffling for a position. They're already 4 wide. Maybe going around already. A lot of cars diving below the apron. Everybody trying to settle it back down. A lot of shuffling for position and a lot of contact led to that. The 22 and the 34, 1 and 2, a lot of shuffling for position. Looked like for a second an outside lane was going to be forming, but everybody settles it back down on the inside lane. Top 3 are now Fords, and then in 4th is a Chevy. A lot of Fords diving up to the outside lane. Maybe Chan. Looked like he was going to go up there for a second to help his other Ford. The 41 and the 88 making a move to the outside. It does not look like it's going to work for them, or maybe it will. They've got a lot of help on the outside. A lot of contact and shuffling for the lead. The 34 staying on the inside. The 22 cuts down now. Now the outside lane not looking as strong as it was just a second ago. The 48's got a line to drop down. He's going to take it. So now the 48's on the inside. Not a lot of cars now on the insides. So 3 Fords in the top 5 and 2 Chevys following that. That outside lane's following back hard. Chan hard into the wall after contact with the rest of these drivers. So the top 3 are Fords. Then we've got a Chevy in the 3 and another Ford, or I'm sorry, another Chevy in the 48 from there. Now the field's starting to settle down, maybe going for a long run in the second stage. I don't believe these drivers will have to pit, so we already had 2 cautions this stage. Now going single file into train, the 14 looking up for a second, does not look like they're gonna make an outside move. Now the field generally going single file on the bottom lane. Maybe now some drivers looking to make an outside run. Now there's 4 Fords in the top 5. Top 4 are all Fords right now. The 14 to the outside. The 48 is in pit road after hard contact. Tried to bring it up the track in time. Does not. He's now in pit road. So the 22 cars out front. The 34 following. Got a big pack now forming. They come onto the back straightaway. The Fords have almost dominated this race so far. Almost all of the top 10 in stage number 1 was Fords, and the top 4 is all Fords right now. The only Chevy in the top 5 right now is the Flyers in the 88 car. Then from there is the 9 car. A lot of shuffling for position here. Flyers making a move to the outside. He's got the 9 car following him. Got a big momentum run coming, almost side by side with the 22 car. He's now side by side with the 34. Can he complete it? No. You see a lot of shuffling. The 9 car goes way too wide. They don't keep it. A lot of shuffling for position, but it won't work out. The top 4 is still Fords, and now you see the drivers who took that outside lane are really following to the back of this train. Now the 48 car who got stuck on pit road. That's going to be a lap car. They're going to pull it to the outside. A lot of shuffling trying to get by him. He's a lap car. Big shuffling. A lot of cars getting loose. They all keep it clean, it looks like. Or maybe not a lot of cars in the wall. See drivers trying to shuffle up into packs, trying to keep it clean. Now after all that shuffling, there's now 2 Chevys inside the top 5. The top 3 is still Fords, however. Still out front, the 34 following, still in second place. And it's Big Dave. Then Jab is a lapped car. That 48 is not in this lead pack. Well, he is in the lead pack, but he's a lap down. So then from there, it's the 3 car and the 88 of Flyers. So the top 3 still all Fords. The Fords have been working really good together all night long, looking really strong. The 48's gonna move to the outside. The 48 is a lap car. Now contact between the 2 Chevys. The 3 hitting the 88 way out of line. So now these 3 Ford cars starting to get a huge lead over the Chevys back there. This lead pack is really being spread apart. A lot of packs starting to form here. So we've got the lead pack. And then from there, Lil Sean, he was involved in a wreck. A small little pack here between Chan and Brute. And then a small little 3 car pack right behind the leaders. And behind them, that's where you see the next big pack. Pack of about 8 drivers that'll catch this little 3 car pack. If they catch up to them, they could have a big run before the end of this stage, maybe being able to catch back up to the leaders. Because that's a big pack back there, about 6 or 7 drivers. They'll easily be able to catch up to this group. Now up front, the Chevys may be looking to make a run to the outside on the Fords. It's not quite working for them. They need a little bit more, and they need to be a little bit more organized on the outside if they want to try and make a run like that. The Fords have just been so strong and pushing so well all night long. The Chevys want to make a move. It's going to have to be on the bottom. They just haven't seemed to be able to pick up something. Going on the outside, looked like the 88 was going to have an area to make a move on the bottom there. Chevy's backing up a little bit. Now they're going to try and put their momentum to use. They're looking to the outside. A lot of shuffling. Dave goes up to block. Comes back down. So this little pack of 6 in the front. The Chevy's trying to get up to the lead. Dave doing a lot of blocking for the Fords here. Not letting these Chevys by at all. See this little pack right here really starting to catch this 3-car pack. Once they all come together, they'll be able to have a big pack to maybe produce a run on these leaders. So there's 3 big packs. There's that pack of 3 cars, this pack, and then the lead car pack that is in front of them. Now just entering the tri-oval, you can see them right on the edge of your screen. Now just coming out of the tri-oval, going to the finish line. Now as they're catching up to Sean, that's a lap car. That 1 car right in front of the 22 is a lap car. Sean's blocking the Fords like crazy. This is going to be a big help for the Chevys. Chevy's making a move to the outside. Big Dave puts flyers in the wall. A lot of contact between the 48 and the 3. The 48's now around. So jab the already lap car, hard contact into the bottom of the inside wall. So a lot of shuffling after the 1 car jumped in front of the rest of them. Ford still 1, 2, 3. The only difference now is that Oyster is out front. But it looks like they're going to do a little shuffling and bring TJ back to the lead. So Crucial's going to go up the track, try and cut in time. He does. So they're going to go back into the formation they were before, which is the 22 in front, the 34 in second, and Dave blocking in the back. So now these Chevys are trying to group up again. The Chevys lost one when Jab spun into the inside wall after a hard hit. But now if these Chevys can build up enough run, maybe they'll be able to carry something to the outside, but it doesn't look like they're close enough to do anything. You see Sean really breaking up the pack now, slowing down Gatlin a lot there. So all the Fords are still, or 3 of the Fords are still 1, 2, 3. But now you see the 88 of Flyers, the only Chevy in this lead pack, the only non-Ford in this lead pack. He's gonna try and take it to the outside by himself. It's probably not gonna work. So he's just gonna tuck it back down there. The only Chevy in this top pack of 4. Now you see this pack of 3 still holding strong amongst that pack of 5 behind them. Pack of 5 has not gained on them that much, not as much as you'd think they would. See Brute leading this pack in the back, starting to catch up to that little 3-car pack there. You see the leaders that are in the tri-oval, or exiting the tri-oval now. They're way past the finish line. You see just in the corner there, you just barely saw for a second. Those are the leaders way over there. Brute's leading this mini pack here, trying to catch up to that 3-car pack to gain a lot more momentum. This pack is very spread apart. And that is your lead pack. They come to 1 lap left in stage number 2. Fords are 1, 2, 3, and a Chevy in 4th. This is your lead pack. This is the final lap of stage number 2. So they go on the back straightaway. Looks like Oyster's gonna give Dave that 2nd place position to get some more points for him in this stage. So a little sacrifice there to give Dave a little more points this stage. Now the 34 trying to get past the 88 for position. The 88 goes to the 8 outside. Maybe getting below Big Dave here. That is the end of stage number 2. So your finishing order in stage number 1 is the 22. Whatever number Big Dave is, I don't know what number he is. And then the 88, the 34, and that custom car. I don't know who's in that custom car. Looks like the 96 of Mafia. Now they will head into the next and the last stage, stage number 3. Stage number 3 will be 94 laps. Can make it about 19 laps of fuel, caution free. But I guarantee you, we're not done wrecking yet. There will definitely be more cautions, but they will definitely need to make at least one more green flag pit stop before the end of this race. Final stage, here we go, the 22, and Big Dave will lead them to the green, and it's crucial on the 88, the 96, and the 9. That is your top 6. Here we go, back to green. There's a gap for Big Dave to drop down if he wants to take it. He does. So now Ford's again in the top 3. A lot of shuffling in the field right now. Backs up the field a lot. 4 wide below the apron. Everybody's still keeping it so far. It looks like maybe not. Now the top 2 are way in front of the rest. And it looks like that's gonna bring out a caution. It didn't look like anybody got sideways or anything, so I don't know why that brought out a caution. It's the first caution of stage number 3 on the first lap. Didn't even make it back to the finish line. So as we go back to green now, new drivers up front. We see Chan and the 96 up front. Then the 14 and the 24, the 22 and the 12. And they're backing up a lot. Mafia did not go on the start. Chan to the lead, the 24 car following him. So Chan in the lead, Big Dave behind them, then the 2 car, and then the 4 car from there. See Big Dave lagging a lot there, making contact with the 2 car. So a lot of shuffling position. Jab hits the 2 car way down the track. Don't know what that was for. Directional though, still keeping it in the pack. Might still have the draft. You see a little bit of an outside lane forming. The 41 still in the lead, the 24 following him. The 14 looking to the outside. Oh, the 41 shoves the 24 below the apron for a second there. The 14 trying to push the 41 on the outside. It's not going to work. They're going to sail down the pack. Way to the back of the pack they'll go as you see everybody on that inside line. Now they're 3 wide back there for position. The 96 is stuck in the middle. I'm sorry, the 20 is stuck in the middle. 96 making moves, shoves Jab way up the track. They're 4 wide, head into the corner, Jab into the wall. Still 4 wide for a second. Now they're only 3 wide. Chan losing lots of positions. He was in first earlier this lap, but is now way back in the pack. Up front is the 24. Some Fords trying to make a move on the outside. 22 is just not going to get there. Not enough help. 22 left out to dry. Maybe not. The 1 car maybe trying to help him. The 14 up there as well. They're trying to form an outside lane, but it's not working too well. The 9 car looked like he was going to come up for a second. Doesn't quite work out. A lot of shuffling for position back here. Now you see the 41 of Chan going around. Chan around on the back straight away. Only 1 car, so I don't think it'll bring out a caution. So the 24 is in front. Then the 12. And from there, the 96, the 14, the 9, the 22, the 9 shoving the 22 below the apron for a second. The 22 says no and shoves him right back up the track. So now the field's starting to go single file. '24 still in the lead. Dave hit up the track. He's going to lose a lot of position as nobody's up there on the outside. So the Fords who had dominated earlier not looking too strong anymore now. I've got a 14 out of the Fords. You got a 14 and 22 in the 34. 3 Fords in the top 5. They're stuck behind a Toyota and a Chevy. Now the Chevy looks high, loses that position, so the Ford's gaining a lot here. So the 14 looking to the outside. The 96 shoves him way up the track, almost hitting the wall. So Grid's gonna cut down now. Tries to fit down a small gap, a lot of shuffling in position. Almost did not work. There's almost a caution. There's 3 wide exiting turn 4. The 1 trying to make a move to the outside. Absolutely no help for him up there. He's going to be left out to dry, and he's going to sail way to the back of the pack. Now they're 3 wide. The 9 car sending it below crucial in the 34. A lot of contact there. Only 2 cars on the outside. They're probably going to sail to the back of this little pack. So it's the 96 in front, then the 22, then the 14, the 9, the 20 car looking on the outside. The 88 is going to go right below him. So the 88 rounds out your top 5. Or maybe not. The 88 gets shuffled out of pack. Now all these drivers starting to go single file. The 22 goes up the track. The 14 is going to help him. Just not enough drivers out there to make an outside run work. Everybody's staying way too cautious, staying on the inside line. Nobody's really going outside to make any moves. But it ended up working. The 22 and the 14 take a lead away from the 96 on the outside. So the 22 to the lead. The 14 behind him. They had a huge run going to the outside and it ended up working for them. So the 22 is in the lead, then the 14, the 96, the 9, then the 12 of Big Dave. That is your top 5. So now Big Dave and Oyster going to the outside, trying to rejoin the other pack of Fords that's up there. Dave side drafting with the 96, slows down that pack a lot. They're going hard on the outside. Couple of drivers joining them, maybe an outside run starting to form. Big Dave side drafting them like crazy, trying to rejoin that Ford pack, trying to get 4 Fords up in the top 5, but it didn't work, and now the outside lane starts to fall back a lot. It was a good run, but it didn't hold on for too long. They're gonna have to wait until they have another big run to try and make another move to the outside. Couple of drivers getting kind of loose there. The 88 getting shuffled out of the pack again. 96 looking high for a second. Gonna try and bring it right back down low. But the 9 car's there. The 9 car shuffles. Big Dave out of the pack. Big Dave's gonna go to the back of the pack now. So this lead pack generally going single file still. Still out front, and the 14 still pushing. The next little pack from here is Jab, and the 48, I believe Jab is still a lap down. Unless he took the wave around on those pit stops. The 3 car of Gatlin is with him, and then the 20 car. The 2 car. This is the little 4 car pack you got here. You see 1 car way behind there. That's Bullseye. He's completely lost the draft. Not where they want to be in stage 3. They're definitely going to need a caution to catch up. Now we go back to the lead pack with all the rest of these drivers still in 1 pack. So Mafia, the only Toyota in this top 5 amongst 2 Fords and 2 Chevys. Still holding pretty strong in 3rd. So maybe some drivers considering pitting now as we're starting to get into that pit window. Remember, drivers can go about 19 laps of fuel. There's going to be a lot of strategy going into here. Whether drivers are going to be taking 2 tires, 4 tires, just maybe a half can of gas. Now this lead pack still all single file. Nobody's really made any moves to the inside. See 2 drivers that have now started to lose the draft back there. This is 24 and the 3 car. So those 2 drivers have started to lose the draft. Still 2 Fords, 1 and 2. Now contact in the back. Big Biddy's hard into the wall. The 32 was there with him. So that's gonna bring another Ford into the top 5. I believe. Yeah, so 3 Fords in the top 5. If those Fords can get by that Chevy and the Toyota, we might have all Fords in the top 5. No, I'm sorry, we'll have 4 Fords in the top 5. See Crucial shuffling, trying to get past that 9 car on the inside. Not going to want to try and make a move to the outside, because as we've seen all day long, there's not a lot of drivers that want to help in making moves there. So the 22 still out front, the 14 in 2nd, the 96 of Mafia, who's looking low for a 2nd there in 3rd, the 9 car in 4th, the 34 of Oyster in 5th, then the 12 of Big Dave in 6th, and then the 20 car from there. So in this, out of the 8 drivers in this lead pack, including the 4 car back there who's dangerously close to losing the draft, there is 5 Fords in this 8 car lead pack. So the Fords so far dominating this race. They dominated in stage 1, pretty much dominated in stage 2, and so far they're dominating stage number 3. Right along with the 4 car as he is in the back of this lead pack here. Probably saving a lot of fuel. If he wanted to, he could probably easily get to the back bump with a 20 car, but he's probably running about half throttle right now, trying to save a lot of fuel. So now you see a lap car exiting turn number 2 there. That's the 41 of Chan. So that's going to cause a lot of shuffling in this lead pack, depending on what he's going to do. Chan, the lap car hasn't moved out of the way yet. Doesn't look like he's gonna. You see 2 cars moving to the outside, bracing. Now you see all the drivers trying to move to avoid Chan. Chan, the lap car, not making any efforts to shuffle around. So this brings a lot of shuffling into the pack, ruining some of the Fords. One, we see the 14 car, he was in second. Now he shuffles kind of the back of this pack. So there's still 3 Fords in the top 5, but now it's a lot more shuffled back. So definitely inside the pit window for a lot of these drivers. It's only a matter of time before we see a lot of these drivers coming down and starting to hit pit road. You see another car up there, that's yet again another lap car. As they come by pit road here, we'll see if there's any takers coming down pit road. No takers that time by pit road. You see a lap car right in front of them. That could throw some big shuffling into this jab in the Chevy. It's probably not going to play too nice with the Fords here. Most of this front pack is Fords. Jex looks like Jab's going to go to the outside. Jab's going to go yet another lap down. So now the 96 out front. It looks like some of the Fords are maybe bracing to come down pit road. See if there's any takers. And there you see just about all of the lead pack coming down into pit road now. The 20 car looked like he wasn't going to get down at first. Spins onto pit road. So as they come down a congested pit road here, I'm guessing it's going to be a 4-tire stop for a lot of these drivers. Still a long way to go left in the race. See a lot of contact in pit road. Looks like a generally clean stop for everybody. The 20 car out front gets out first, then the 8 of Bullseye. However, all the Fords coming out of pit road together. A lot of congestion coming out. The 9 car spins coming out of pit road. So does Big Dave. Big Dave goes around as well. Big implications late in the race. Now you see all the Fords starting to group up together. So you see Crucial, the 22, the 4 of Brute, and the 14 all together gonna chase down this lead pack. They're the only pack that's together. The 96, you see he's on the lead lap, and then you see those drivers entering 3 there also on the lead lap, but they're all so spread apart that these Fords will easily be able to catch up to them. See Crucial, he's probably going to check up a little bit, allowing the rest of his Fords to get right back up there. They're all working together this race. So Crucial going to the outside on the 96, probably going to get help from the rest of his Ford drivers. Weren't able to put in their run. The 96 with a huge block. So once this pack catches the rest of these leaders, they will definitely be out front. All the Fords are looking to go on the outside of the 96. The 96 blocking hard. Big blocks coming from the 96. Oyster trying to make a move on the outside. All these Fords working together to try and get by the 96. Crucial Oyster, the only one on the outside. Looks like he's going to file in on a hole there. Fence Gap trying to catch up to the rest of those leaders. Here they go. They're on the outside making a move on the 96. The 96 all by himself. All these Fords are going to look to go right by him. They can hold it together well enough coming on this corner. The 96 right to the back of this pack. So the Fords blow right past the 96. 96 had no chance versus these 4 Fords. So as we're watching them, the rest of these cars up here, those are lead pack cars. You see Turquoise Hawk, middle of the corner in that red 20 car. He's up there, he's a leader, but he's going to get blown by past the rest of these Fords. He's going to stand no chance once these Fords catch up to him. It's that 8 car right there. That 8 car is a lead lap car, but I think he understands these Fords have such a big run, there's no point in blocking them. So Bullseye's just going to stay on the outside. He's probably just going to file in behind the rest of these Fords. So now they're chasing down Turquoise. Turquoise is the leader. He's the lone car right there. So once the Fords catch up to him, they're probably going to take all their momentum to the outside because there's no way Turquoise is just going to give them the inside, especially this late in the race. To the outside, the Fords go. Yes. Turquoise looking to block for a second. Sends them right up the track, but way past they go. No chance for the rest of these drivers to try and block that giant momentum run they had. So now Fords 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the 20 car in the Toyota rounding out that top 5. Now the 4 car getting shuffled up. He's going to drop down in 5th place, though. Still 4 Fords in the top 5. I'm going to Discord quick and check the lap. So inside of 15. So 9 laps left to go now. Left in this race. Fords are 1, 2, 3. And then you see the 4 car there being shuffled back a little bit. The 4 car is in 6th place, trying to get past these 2 Toyotas. So they can have 4 Fords in the top 5. It would have been a chance that it could have a whole top 5 of Fords. But after coming out of those green flag pit stops, Big Dave and the 9 car both went around after pit road was really congested. So that kind of ruined that chance there. So now that 4 car cracks the top 5, but you see a lap car in front of him, so that lap car could throw a lot of implications here, but it looks like he's just going to take it to the outside, unlike a lot of the other lap cars we've seen today. That lap car is just going to take it to the outside. He's not going to interfere at all. So it's 1, 2, 3 Fords, then a Toyota, then a Ford, and another Toyota. That's your top 6 and your lead pack. When they come to the line, it's going to be 8 to go. So 8 to go in the race. So it looks like this field might just stay this way to finish off the race. I think a lot of these drivers in this lead pack are probably just going to be satisfied with their position. There's not a lot of shuffling going on. So now 7 to go. Still single file as we're 7 laps to go. So now as we go to 6 to go, I'm gonna check around with this. So we've got another little pack, a lot of Fords here. So a lot of shuffling for a position in there. As you see, Big Dave going right up into Chan. A lot of contact there. And that's your lead pack. See the 88 car stuck all by himself. So the lap's winding down here, either 6 or 5 to go. But it looks like the rest of this pack might just kind of sit here till the finish. So Ford's still 1, 2, 3, and then a Toyota and another Toyota from there. So now you see another lap car in front of him. That's the 88 of Flyers. Right in front of this lead pack, you see him up in the distance there, just exiting turn number 2. See shuffling there. Now the 34 shuffles back out to 5th place. So now these two Toyotas may be going to work together to try and pull off a finish here. So this is starting to get a little more interesting. So you see the two Toyotas backing off a throttle a little bit, maybe going to try and slingshot around the 14 and the 22 once they catch this lapped car. So now even more shuffling as there's two Toyotas right behind that Ford. So a lot of shuffling probably going to come on here now. You see the two Toyotas. And now it looks like there's a caution out. So a late race caution going to throw a big implications into this finish of the race as the laps are winding down. We are now into NASCAR overtime here late at Talladega. So a lot of interesting racing here to come. You see the two car He was probably involved in that wreck. AI just rejoining the track. So NASCAR overtime here late in Talladega for the NRL Cup Series race. So now comes the big decision. Do these drivers want to take tires, or are they going to want to stay out for track position? So it was a long green flag run, so I don't know what these tires were at. So we're going to go back to green here now. The 22 car is going to lead them to green. Back to green they go. If they make it back to the line caution free, the next flag will end it. The 22 leads them. Now the 20, a lot of shuffling for position as everybody's 3 wide in the pack. Cars shuffling for position big time. A lot of drivers trying to make up positions here late in the race. But it looks like everybody's gonna get back single file. This could be the only NASCAR overtime. You see the 9 car, big contact with the 14 car. The 9 car slides up the track into the 24 car. A lot of contact there. The 9 car comes down on the 32 now. So a lot of shuffling back in the pack. Now they're 3 wide in the back. But it looks like they're gonna make it back to the line if they can just survive the tri-oval. The 22 still out front. Now we're gonna come to an exciting finish here. You see all Fords on the bottom line. All Fords have a chance to make it in the top 5. Now there it is. 5 Fords in the top 5. Fords dominated all night. Now they're wrecking in the back. That might bring out a caution. And that it looks like it'll end the race. 5 Fords in the top 5 to finish the race. Fords dominated just about all night. The next driver in the field that's not a Ford is the 96, a Mafia. Then there's the 20, now a Chevy, and the 24, a Breakout. That'll end the race there. So that is your finish at Talladega. The Fords dominated just about all night long. Fell off a little bit late in stage number 3. Then after that late caution allowed a lot of these drivers to come back for an amazing finish. 5 Fords in the top 5. Just an outstanding performance by the Fords. So that'll end your coverage of NRL Cup Series racing at Talladega.